have the house to myself. So no car videos right now, which is nice. I'm kind of just taking today, other than my usual scheduled obligations, some dog walks and meet and greets and a few other work related uh, things I have to do today. I've decided that I kind of just needed a self care day, which is, well, there might be a bath involved. um, it just means I'm going to sit here on this couch with my cat, who's right here, boop, and read a book and enjoy the quiet. We had a real estate agent here yesterday, so the house is clean, so I don't have the feeling that I have to do a lot of cleaning today. I did strip my bed and wash my sheets and remake my bed. I always do that on the first day that I am home alone because, oh, I think I just had a Chewy delivery out front. Some loud noise. Anyhow, I always love to have a clean bed. Not to get into a whole lot of personal detail, not that I haven't had that bed to myself for a while now. So we've been sleeping separately. And that's actually started before the conversation about the divorce, but can't imagine that it's not related in some way or some fashion or another. There were other reasons given for the decision to sleep separately, but it is what it is. I have this feeling behind my eyes that those of you who cry easily or are very sensitive or emotional people are probably familiar with. That feeling of just are not sure why, but for some reason you just kind of feel like you're on the verge of tears. Some of it is I'm a little tired. I didn't sleep real well. Some of it is because I signed the lease yesterday and paid my deposit on the little house that I'm going to rent starting in a couple weeks on the 15th. So actually a week from tomorrow, I think. Or a week from today, I guess. That it's the reality setting in a little bit, and the worry and fear, like that really depleted my savings account a little bit, and business has not picked up as much as I had hoped for the summer for my dog sitting and dog walking clients post COVID. So there's a little fear there, but I'm still trying to trust in the universe and the abundance and that things are going to work out. Keep doing the work and the results will happen without needing to go down dark, scary alleyways in my brain of worried about things that may or may not happen, because there's no point in that. Just keep telling people what I do, going to meet and greets, just doing all the things. Again, I'm trying to make today be a day that I don't focus on any of that, but every now and then things bubble to the surface. Like, oh, you know what? You should get on this Facebook group or that Facebook group and just do a little post that you're looking for another couple regular clients, daycare, not daycare, but daily drop-ins or daily dog walk clients while they're at work, etc. So I had 2 more of those, or even one more with multiple dogs, that would really set my mind at ease. Because since May, I lost one of my regulars. And it would really make building back up my accounts a little easier. Anyhow, not to focus on the money thing too much. I think I'm focusing on the financial parts of things and the practical things of packing this house up and getting this house sold, etc., because that helps me not focus on the other stuff. And I think right now the most pressing thing that's on my heart and mind is letting this information go a little bit wider in the knowledge telling more people. Telling, just let's not be euphemistic or find a fancy way of saying it. Telling our daughters and telling my parents that this is happening. I don't think either of our daughters are going to be surprised, but I still don't think it's necessarily going to just be, oh, okay, cool. It might be initially. I don't know. My husband has the responsibility, I guess, or whatever, of telling our younger daughter because he's with her this weekend on a trip. It's her birthday, so I feel like maybe that's kind of a dick move to tell her that this is happening on her birthday. But again, I think she's been expecting it and even maybe welcoming it. So I don't think it's that big of a, I don't know. Which means I need to tell our other daughter this weekend, which I can't do in person because we don't live near each other. So it's going to have to be over the phone. And it'll be what it is. Again, not thinking she's going to be particularly surprised or broken up about it, but it's change. It's going to mean something to her. I mean, she's also a sensitive person, so. And then after that, at some point, I have to tell my parents, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to. But they've been going through some health issues, and I don't know. They're not going to hear about it from anybody else for a while, but I also just want the world to know so that I don't have to worry that I say the wrong thing or the wrong person says the wrong thing or somebody hears from somebody else and it gets back to somebody who I should have told firsthand and I didn't, and then they're mad that I didn't tell them firsthand. So all of those things. That right now, it's kind of like a couple weeks ago before Steve and I had the conversation that led to our plan. We both knew that the other knew. It was all, very, but it was the unspoken. It was the Voldemort in the house. Like, we couldn't speak its name. So once it was spoken and once it was dealt with and we had a conversation about it and we had a plan and we had a few tears, but no anger, and we've just been moving forward, it's kind of been a breath of fresh air because I can now move forward without feeling like, oh, if he catches me looking at real estate ads or he overhears me talking to my sisters about something or, that he's going to be like, what, and now we just say it, oh, you know what, maybe, in 6 months from now, this is something that could, we just talk about it because it's just a fact. And I need it to be that way everywhere in my life. I can't keep segmenting those who know and those who don't know. And of course, it's easier in a way to just tell strangers or, friends that don't have any connection to your loved ones, just to have somebody to tell and to have somebody to talk to about it. But then it's like, well, wow, you told so-and-so before you told me. I thought I was important, because you're important and I can't tell you. Like, I can't, it's going to be hard for me. It's hard. I'm putting it off. So, yeah, that's where I'm at today. I got some work to go do here. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold myself to my promise to myself that I'm going to do nothing today, which, as I said, I've already done some things. I've got a little pile of things that are going out to my car that I'm donating, that after I did laundry, I sorted out of my stuff. If it wasn't about time for me to leave the house, I was about a half an hour ago going to go down and start doing some stuff in the garage. There's a very good chance I'm going to stop at Home Depot or the U-Haul place or somewhere and pick up some packing supplies. Mainly, the wrapping paper that you wrap your china and shit in. And just kind of get some moving supplies so that I can start getting my space kind of cleaned out down there. and have it all. Yeah. Then I need to decide, am I stacking in the garage stuff that's going into storage, or am I stacking in the garage stuff I'm moving to the other house? And or both, and then how do I divide the piles so that they don't get confused? But I really kind of want I think a home buyer who looks into a garage and sees it stacked with moving boxes is going to understand, oh, well, that's a one-car garage and they're cleaning out the house because they're going to be moving because the house is for sale. They're getting a jump on things, rather than if the storage area in the basement is piled to the ceiling with crap. They're going to be like, oh, there's not much storage in here. Look how many piles of stuff they have back here. But if they walk in and there's just some neatly organized shelves in there, and they're like, oh, look at all this storage in here. Look at all the space in here. That's what I want. And right now, it didn't like that. So I think that's, I'm going to try not to let myself get sucked into doing that tonight. But because the other thing is, well, maybe I just go and stop at the storage rental place and get myself a rental unit and start moving Christmas decorations and other things from the basement that we don't need to store that we need to get out of there to make more room, like all my camping equipment. Except I really want to go camping, but I guess I can always go to the storage unit and get the shit if I need it, right? Right. So, but I have not quite a week. There's more to this. Do I have time to share it right now? Okay, I'm going to put it in here right now just so it's one less video that I have to edit, although I might split this up. What is coming up for me right now is that I'm here. I'm torn between my emotions because I've wanted to be home alone for quite a while now. Of course, COVID and all that. That's why I haven't had time home alone. And I've wanted to be here and have control, 100% control of my time, who I spend it with, what I watch, what I do, have silence in the house. And I've been craving that and needing that. So I'm very thankful for that. But what's also coming up is that he went on this trip the day after we met with the real estate agent and started this whole process. And it's not true completely, but in a way it's triggering. I hate to use the word trauma, but in a way it's a mild trauma in our relationship. It's triggering feelings of abandonment again. Not abandonment, but well, yeah, I guess it kind of is. Which is what has brought one of the contributing factors to what has brought us in our marriage to this point, is that over and over and over again, I am left to do the work. I'm good at it. I'm able to do it. I am experienced with it because I've been doing it. So, because of his work schedule and career, that when it's time to move house or remodel a house, deal with contractors, deal with hiring movers, deal with getting rid of stuff we don't want, everything from garage sales to Facebook sales to, eBay and things like that. It all ends up falling on me to do it. And that's where I feel like I'm at again, once again, for the final time, that it's my duty and job and responsibility and to do all that. And if it doesn't go right, or, I end up saying, you know what, I don't have time to try to sell all this stuff, or I'm not getting the price that, he thinks we should get for it or whatnot, then I also take the blame responsibility for that. So once again, it is the emotional work and the of the family that has fallen on me, the wife, the mother, and so here I am again, and it's triggering me, and so then I think that's why I'm feeling this pressure here and pressure behind my eye, like this stress of the whole thing. And so it's something I'm processing, because again, it's not gonna, he's gonna be back. He hasn't, but there's a part of me that just now that I have this house and I kind of have a good idea of what I want to take over there with me, what I need, my basic fundamentals. I just want to have it all ready to go and just the truck back up here on the 15th and, get a U-Haul and some friends or 2 men in a truck or whatever it might be and just move my stuff over there and go, okay, me and the animals are out. This time, you handle the rest of this. You handle the sale of this house. You handle the getting it ready for the showings. You handle, which is the idea of why we have this is his idea of why we have this rental house, is that we get it ready for showings and move out, and then it doesn't have to be, because we have trauma from the last house sale that took over a year to do. And it was, at first there were a whole bunch of showings, and, we got it all prepped. But then after having to live in it for over a year and never know when the showing is going to happen. So then, you're trying to live in your house, but I couldn't live in all my sewing and craft and artwork had to be stored away. So I had over a year where I couldn't do anything like that at all, because it made a mess and because it cluttered up the space. So it all had to go into storage. And so there's a lot of residual from that experience for both of us. And he just thinks, we just move everything out, we stage it, make it beautiful. And of course, in this market and what we've been told, it shouldn't take more than a week, more than probably one weekend or a week's worth of showings. Maybe they return again to, double check it before they make an offer. But, that's, so I don't think this is going to be a month or 2 month long process. So what I'm talking about is not that. It is once we have a contract signed, then he's here to deal with the appraisers and deal with any repairs that have to be made after the inspection. And then when it's time to move, he figures out how to move, what stays and what goes, and how to get the fuck out of here when you have to get out of here. Because I'll be doing my thing in my little house. Of course, I think he might end up moving into my little house with me for a while, and that's going to be a whole other can of worms and topic. So, yeah. And if this house sells and we close on this house before the divorce is final, I'm not going to, But if the divorce is also final, I'm not going to leave him without a place to live. But I also just really want that. I want to settle in there fresh and new. And I'm already thinking that it's going to be a please take your shoes off at the door zone, because I don't want people walking in there with their shoes on. I've never liked people walking in the house with their shoes on, but yeah, I never lived alone before where I could make those rules. I don't know, little things like that. That's a whole other conversation for another topic, or another topic for another conversation for another day. I got to go make sure my 2 black cats don't end up killing each other here. Somebody's got her ears all the way back, but this one wants my attention. So, again, thanks for listening to the ramblings of a middle-aged, soon-to-be divorcee, I guess.